Hey guys, Ryan here, and today I wanted to just do a bit of a video, kind of looking into, considering I'm gonna be in kind of an odd situation for these next few weeks, as I'm gonna be on the road. This is actually the last video as you guys are watching this. I will actually be in a car with all this stuff packed up, all that stuff packed up. The Xbox back there will already be packed up and on the road. We're all going to be on the road. So I'm kind of making this to kind of fill in while I'm going to be on the road all day. So apologies if something big comes out. Just going to kind of cover some of the stuff. We did see a couple new Darlington throwbacks announced where William Byron is doing a Days of Thunder throwback. I still need to watch that video. I still need to watch that movie. I will probably be seeing if I can find a way to watch it on the car ride there. On the car ride while I've got plenty of time. And Bubba Wallace also announced that he is going to be doing a Adam Petty throwback, which I think it's cool that it's an Adam Petty throwback, but a full Darlington paint scheme video is going to be coming out later, closer to the race. So, just kind of wanted to let you guys know that those two paint schemes are unveiled. And I don't think the Bubba Wallace paint scheme looks the greatest. It may grow on me. I think it's great that he's doing it as a throwback to Adam Petty, though. But this video, I kind of wanted to analyze, because a lot of people have kind of been going through the playoff grid and are actually surprised by someone that wasn't that big a surprise to me that he's doing super well. I mean, yeah, it still is a bit of a shock that he's stuck in the playoff picture as much as he did. But I actually kind of predicted, like when talking with friends and stuff before this season began, when the rules were announced, that I thought this was going to be a big beneficiary for Newman. And I said that it was likely that he would make a difference, that he would be a factor in the playoff picture. Not necessarily that he would get in, but that he would at least be battling. And right now, he is tied for the bubble with four races to go, not 4 laps to go. If there were 4 laps to go, I'd be watching the end of the Brickyard 400 if he's tied for the bubble with 4 laps to go in the regular season. But yeah, so just kind of wanted to pull up. So yeah, Ryan Newman, driver of the number 6 Ford Mustang. Of course, everybody knew that the Fords were going to have a hard time. We're going to have a little bit of a slump going into it where, like, the Fords might stumble. Granted, Penske didn't stumble at all. Haas extremely stumbled, leaving now Suarez way out of the picture. But this video is about Newman and how he's gotten here. And I'd say the main reason is just this package. So, I mean, you guys can kind of see it on there, but I've got some graphics ready of the actual, like, when the rules packages for 2018 and 2019 were unveiled, to kind of show some of the differences that happened, that I think led to Newman getting this far. And also, I'm also going to be defending NASCAR on one of the changes that initially I was a little bit skeptical of. I don't think I actually made, I didn't make a full-on, package review video when the package was announced, because I wasn't really making a huge amount of NASCAR content at that point. Actually, I hadn't even watched it. So I figured I'd kind of talk about the differences between the two packages and how I think that has helped Newman go from being about 20th place where his former teammate Austin Dillon is. I think that his team right now is very equal to RCR. I think Roush and RCR are right on the same level. Neither one is really a championship contender. And of course, RCR is having a pretty bad year this year compared to what a lot of people thought they were going to have. Granted, with Austin Dillon as your veteran driver. I didn't expect much, but yeah. So with Newman here, though, let's get in. Let me pull up the graphics here. So yeah, there we go. Our 2019 rules package, and then up there you've got the 2018 rules package. 2019 is down there, and some of the keynote points of the of this rules package. Of course, everybody's talked about it. High downforce, as opposed to the ultra low down, the very low downforce of 2018. And of course, I don't remember where Newman finished in points, but yeah, he did not make the playoffs though. I think he was like 18th, 19th in points last year. But and him and Ford in general has always been better at the restrictor plate style of racing. So the racing that we've seen at like Atlanta, Las Vegas, these mile and a halves, and even Michigan, and which we're going to this week. Like even Michigan, Pocono a little bit. You've seen some of it, but yeah. So a lot of these tracks, though, like Michigan, like at Las Vegas, Texas, are a lot more style of the Daytona Talladega, even if it isn't super heavy draft focused and pack racing focused. You can still see that, of course, that could lead to why Ford, and in particular Penske, had such an edge, especially early on. I mean, it's no secret that in 2017, 16, and 18, like if you look at the last 3 years prior to the 2019 package, and basically the last 3 years since they went to low downforce, that Penske dominated the plate tracks. I mean, 2016, Penske won 3 of the 4 plate races, missed the 500. In 2017, Ford won the 500 with Stewart-Haas Racing, but then Talladega was Stenhouse, and then Stenhouse got his 2 plate wins, but then the 4th plate win. Oh, hey, look, another Ford. And also, by the way, that was Roush Fenway winning 2 plate races in 2017, and Ford sweeping all the plate races that year with Brad Keselowski. And then you go to 2018. You have Joey Logano wins the Talladega race. Daytona should have been Eric Almirola, but Dillon got the win, got him into the playoffs. And then you see, and I'm just kind of doing this to show that Ford, I mean, like, if you look at Daytona, Stenhouse, McDowell were pretty much blowing away the field, along with Keselowski up there as well, in the summer Daytona race, until, of course, the quote-unquote Stenhouse Demolition Derby got ignited, and where Byron blocked Brad in front of Stenhouse, causing a big wreck, and then where Stenhouse makes a mistake and gets into Kyle Busch and wrecks out Kyle Busch, William Byron, and several other drivers. But that also shows Roush, and at that point, Front Row Motorsports was very reliant on Roush. I don't know how much, like, if the level of support they're getting is less or more this year, especially with their 3rd car in Matt Tifft, but I mean, you can see it. Roush was really good at Daytona. They've been good at the plate tracks. And Newman himself is a Daytona 500 winner. I mean, you can just look all over it. I mean, you can see Newman has been up in the fight at some of these plate tracks as well. I mean, like, of course, some of them he has also crashed out of, like 2003 in the 500, where he went flipping through the grass, and that was the iconic moment of that race. But I mean, he has been a pretty good plate racer himself, and with Roush being a pretty good plate team, as well as Ford being the dominant plate manufacturer. Now I understand it's a tapered spacer, not a restrictor plate, but at tracks like Las Vegas, Michigan, and Michigan in particular, I think was the most obvious point where we saw drafting coming into play. So yeah, with that, and we saw Joey Logano, Keselowski, Harvick dominating. Sure, Kurt Busch got up there for second place in the Michigan race earlier this year, but yeah, but of course, you see Joey Logano absolutely dominated the race. Another Ford up there, so it doesn't surprise me that. And Newman's even been running well. I mean, he had a top 5 run going at Atlanta. And he's actually done really well at Atlanta in his history. But like, I mean, even Las Vegas, you saw him perform better than he has in years. I mean, he's gone from a top 20 to 20, like a top 20, sometimes 19th, sometimes 18th, but never really breaking into that top 15. Now he's gotten top 10s, top 15s, much more regularly. And of course, with Jimmy Johnson struggling, that has kind of another reason for why he had a shot at one of those 16 slots. But, I mean, you can see it. Drafting has impacted it. And also another thing, and this is probably the thing that I think specializes to Newman even more than the drafting. Because, of course, that's the part everybody's known and talked about for a while. Something I've heard people complaining about, but I actually think makes a little bit of sense why NASCAR did it. They actually increased the splitter by, I believe, 2 inches. So you guys can look up both my graphics up here and down there on the internet. I mean, they are NASCAR's graphics that they use to describe everything. On the 2018, they have a more stock, like common splitter, versus down on the 2018, it specifies like a 2-inch larger splitter than what is common. Of course, there isn't actually a splitter on regular street cars. I don't have my street car I don't have my Prius like an inch from the ground or anything, but yeah. And that also creates a lot of dirty air and makes it very impactful on blocking. Which, if you've at all heard Newman's name mentioned in a race, it was probably from him blocking or causing trouble for the drivers behind him, as he is known and has even been quoted saying, "It's not my job to let people by, it's my job to race." And sure, it has caused wrecks in the past, but he has shown that he is willing to block right in front of drivers. And with this 2019 rules package, with the lower horsepower and the dirty air, if he can make those last-minute blocks that he has been making since 2013, 2012 even, I think, is when he really started kind of taking on this mentality of blocking so aggressively. Basically, the following car has 2 options. Runs into the back of you, which has two outcomes, which is either you get the lead car getting a boost, or the lead car spinning, or they check up because, oh, this is too early in the race, I'm not gonna risk spinning him out right in front of me and collecting us both in a wreck. I'm gonna back off, and then they lose 5-6 spots off of that. So, kind of just going through, like the rear spoiler again, just kind of creates more dirty air, and of course that dirty air is what makes that blocking so impactful, and the lower horsepower makes his late blocks that he tends to make even more impactful. So yeah, just kind of going through. Newman is currently tied, and I think he's going to actually be able to beat out Jimmy Johnson for this final spot. Of course, Jimmy Johnson's working with his second rookie crew chief of the year. This crew chief has one race of experience, which was a chaotic race at Watkins Glen last week. And also, so yeah, it's really unclear what Cliff Daniels is going to be able to do. And I think Ryan Newman, he's got a more stable surrounding. I mean, it's the same crew that's been on that 6 car for a while. And it's and he's been with that same crew all year. It's not like, oh, he's changing out crew members and whatnot, like the crew chief, one of the most important parts of the crew. So I think that Newman will get the spot over Jimmy Johnson, just because I think the surrounding around Jimmy is more stable. Because if Jimmy has one, like let's say Jimmy DNFs at Michigan this week, which is not necessarily unheard of, and Newman can just manage to finish every single race of the last 4, which of course Bristol, easier said than done. Darlington, easier said than done. But if he looks at the big picture, I think Newman really has a chance at making these playoffs. And to be honest, hey, if you look at the last time we had a high downforce package, a higher downforce package, 2014 and 2015. 2014, he almost won the championship. And I believe in 2015, if I'm not mistaken, he also made the playoffs, which are 2 years before they went to very low downforce. So, just kind of pointing out that he has had success in this style of package. I mean, this package really does remind me of kind of 2014, 2015 plate racing almost. So, yeah, just kind of going through. Figured I'd been wanting to do. I kind of been wanting to do a video like this, analyzing a couple of these drivers. If you guys have another driver you'd like me to kind of analyze their season or whatnot, and kind of figure out why they are, where they are, and where I thought they would be about, like before the season started, feel free to kind of comment down below on the video. What driver you'd like to see me analyze, especially compared to the package, of course. Guys like Suarez might be a little harder because he was not in the series with the hot, like when 2015, 2014 were going on. But I mean, feel free. Any single driver, feel free to let me know. And of course, I'm sure there are going to be silly suggestions down there, but yeah, if there's some serious suggestions down there, I will consider doing another one of these videos where I analyze a driver based on kind of the package and how I thought they would be doing. But yeah, I just figured I'd make this one though, because a lot of people I've been talking to seem really shocked that Newman is in contention, and especially this seriously in contention, not like, oh, he's an outside shot that he could win one of these last 4 races and get in. He could point his way into the playoffs. So I figured I'd do this video on that, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. I don't know how long this thing is going to be, but hopefully you guys enjoyed it anyway, and I'll see you guys in the next video. If you guys want to support the channel, by the way, Patreon link is down below in the description. Also, to get Ryan Dyer t-shirts as well as Thomas Cup Series t-shirts, that link is also down below in the description. Leaving a like on the video also massively helps it in the promotion, as well as sharing it with all your friends that happen to like NASCAR. So please share it. Helps the channel out a ton. And thank you guys all for watching. I'll shut up now. Bye.